Crap.
So I'm gonna start with a question. So like, how many of y'all like celebrate Easter or whatever? Like what do y'all usually do for Easter?
It's like a barbecue. It's a family
Barbecue.
barbecue.
Hang out with your family.
Dress up
Right.
like a bunny.
Huh?
Dress up like a
Okay. Well, so what I do for Easter, I've been doing this for like 4 years now. So I have a friend named Chad Smith at the high school. Some of y'all may know him. Some of y'all may not.
Okay.
But it all started freshman year. It was Good Friday, and he was like, "Ekarai, like, do you want to go to the ranch with me?" And I was like, "Sure." Like, I never been to this ranch or whatever before, so I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go with you." And so he was like, "So you're just gonna need like some pants, you know? I got a pair of boots you can use, and, like just stuff like that." And I was like, "Okay, I'll pack that stuff." So I pack it, and then I meet up at his house, and so he was like, "Well, we're just gonna wait until like everyone else gets here or whatever." So it's like me, Chad, Andrew, Buddha, and Jacob. So we're all together, and then so we leave from Chad's house, split up into like 2 cars, and yeah. So the drive to Lampass is like an hour and 30 minutes. So we're just sitting in a car, just bored, and like like teenagers, we do stupid stuff in the car. So we like right by each other, play off each other. So, you know how kids do. But yeah. So we made it down there to the ranch, and like, so we're going into the entrance of the road, and like we get probably like about less than half a mile in, and we see a deer cross the road first, and I was like, oh, like, yeah, I see y'all have a lot of wildlife and stuff, you know. So seeing that, and then like later on, like we're like still like another half a mile away, there's like rabbits just like running across the road, and I'm like, oh. So now there's rabbits now. And then so then eventually we make it down to his uncle's house. So like his uncle lives like on the right side of this road, and then on the left side is the pasture, and then like further down on the right side is his grandma's house. So first we went to his uncle's house, and his uncle, he was like, "Hey, so I'm gonna have some work for y'all to do later on. Like, I'll come back over here." And I was like, "All right." And like, so we like drop off our bags over there, and then like, usually we have an airsoft war, I guess, like every Easter. So we end up going over to the pasture that's across the street to have our airsoft war. And what the airsoft war is just like ridiculous, because we're basically having guns and we're shooting each other the whole time, you know? And so we're like splitting up into groups. First it was like 3-on-2, and then we just switched it up to where it was like everyone for themselves. And so I'm just like opening fire on like everyone, because I have this automatic airsoft gun. And like, I noticed like someone went into a deer stand, and then like they're over here, like they have all the ammo in there, and I was like, okay, like that's no fair. So like I sneak up behind the deer stand and I shoot them out of there, and so I got them to leave out of there, and I got all the ammo, and then I ended up beating everybody else, so I won that match. And then after that we was like, oh well, we're just gonna go ahead and the airsoft war. So then we went over to his grandparents' house. His grandparents, they were nice people, and they were like, y'all enjoy yourself out here while y'all out here, and yeah, just have fun. And so we all decided later on that night to go snipe hunting. So I was like, snipe hunting? Like, I never heard of this. And they were like, yeah, like, then all the new people that haven't did it yet, like we're gonna send y'all out first, and then like we'll just like go out here, and we was like, okay. So later on at night, it's like 11 o'clock at night, so it's like dark, and all there is like a full moon out here. And with the full moon, like you can still like see like the dirt roads out there, but that's like basically it. That's all you can see. And so we go to the back, and like in the back is like, so on the right side is his grandparents' house, but back here is like all their extra land that they have. So they have like longhorns, cattle, and llamas, donkeys, all that stuff out there. That's great. But so we're going back here to the back, and we ride on this, I guess a farmer vehicle, so it's like a gator or a mule, whatever you would call it. So we rode on that back there. There's like 5 of us, so we all like get all of our stuff first night. So we get like a stick about this big or whatever, and like some bags, and they were like, you'll be able to see them. You'll be able to see the white eyes. So we go back there, and then we're by the creek, and they're like, okay, so you, Ekarai, and Buddha, you're going to be out here, and you'll see the 2 eyes, and y'all supposed to like aim for them. And so we're out there, and then they take off, and we're still over here, and we're like, oh, so like we're supposed to be looking for 2 white eyes, but we don't see any 2 white eyes. And then all we hear out of nowhere is like open fire. So they're like shooting in the air. And we're like, oh no, like what's going on? And there's a wildcat out. And we were like, oh. So then like me and Buddha were like, get this. So we just left all of our stuff over there. We like started to run after them and like catch them. And so like we met up with them, and we, like out of nowhere we see like 2 green lions like running out in the distance. So we was like, so there really was a mountain lion out there at night. And after that, I realized that I'm never gonna go snipe hunting ever again.